Okay, guys, we have the Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. I've never tried this. We eat at Wendy's like once a year. So I saw this and I gotta try it out here. So I will let you guys know what I think. It's not as big as I thought it would be, so I'm not very impressed by this. It smells good, at least. I don't know, this has like Asiago cheese and other stuff on it. I don't know exactly what's in this, but this is what it looks like. You know, it never looks like they advertise it. Like what you see on the picture, it never looks as great, does it? Yeah, not bad. Those of you overseas guys, this is like American fast food. So we got the pretzel bun. Kelly would never eat this. You wouldn't go for this, would you? No, she's eating chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets much safer, but I'll try this out for you. We'll see what we think here. Driving back home. Okay, you know, it's not bad at all. I like, I don't even know what's all in this, guys. I should do a better review where I know what's in it, but this is what it looks like. It's got bacon in there. It's got a couple different kinds of cheeses. We got one burger patty. You can get it with a double or a triple or a single, like I got the single, or you can do a chicken one. Pretty good, honestly. As far as fast food goes, I gotta give it 8.2 out of 10. I would definitely order this again. It's pretty delicious. So I give this a freaking delicious stamp of approval. I mean, it's fast food, but it's good. It tastes good. 8.2 out of 10. Worth trying at Wendy's. The pretzel bacon sub, whatever the heck it's called, with cheeses and bacon and such. And it's, yeah, give it a shot. Not bad at all. You know, guys, the messages on the last video about TRT were awesome to hear. It was, the support from all you guys was insane to me. It's it kind of backs up to me sometimes that I'm doing the right thing, because there are a lot of times in life where I question, am I doing the right thing? Am I going down the right road? Am I on the right path? Am I ever going to make it? And, you know, even after all the success in powerlifting, I still don't feel like I've made it ever. I never feel like I've made it. And I don't think we ever feel like we do. We never feel like we're at that point. So hearing the affirmation from you guys with the positive comments and support, it's huge to me. And in no way I want to reaffirm the last video. In no way it was meant to negatively portray testosterone replacement therapy, because in fact I have so many guys who have been around who have seen it have a positive effect on. One of the most notable is one of my guys who has completely transformed his life, and he's managed to stay lean and not put on a lot of body weight even with TRT, because he does a lot of cardio and watches his diet. And I know for him it's been really useful. So I think, you know, TRT, obviously there's a predisposition to gain body weight on it. You're obviously, with testosterone, you're likely to gain more weight with higher test levels. That's just part of the process of putting on muscle mass. So that causes blood pressure to go up, and can, you know, as weight goes up as well, blood pressure goes up, resting heart rate goes up. So these are two things that can be negative as far as TRT, and then that can lead to sleep apnea. So there can be this cycle of negativity with TRT, but I think if you keep your weight more in check, do some cardiovascular exercise, a lot of the negatives can be mitigated. Now, I think that's one of the problems with TRT is that a lot of guys just, or not even TRT, but powerlifting in general, the strength community in general, bodybuilding, whatever, the fitness community, a lot of them are opposed to cardiovascular exercise. There's a very negative opinion towards it within the powerlifting community. When I was a part of that, cardiovascular exercise was scoffed at as this joke for, you know, it was looked at as almost a wimpy thing, a dumb thing. Why would you do that? I made fun of it. I know it was one of those things that was looked down upon, like, oh, who wants to be small and weak and do cardio? Ha ha ha, cardio sucks. Anything over 5 reps is cardio. And that opinion can get us in trouble, that joke, because that's how a lot of people truly feel, and they stay away from cardio. They justify it. And you can get carried away with cardio where if you're doing as much as I'm doing, it's definitely going to have a negative impact on strength. There's no doubt about it. But everyone could throw in a little cardiovascular exercise from a heart health standpoint and from a weight management standpoint. I think one of the false things that we get in our heads is gaining weight all the time. Gaining weight can be detrimental to your health if it leads to these things like sleep apnea, high blood pressure, and elevated resting heart rate. These things are all going to have a negative effect on your health, which is going to impact your recovery, which is going to make you feel worse. So I'm almost of the opinion of relative body weight strength is very important. So, that's what powerlifting competitions are calculated off of, strength relative to body weight. But I think this really is an important thing to look at, because the goal, I think, should be to be in as good a shape as possible, as healthy as possible, while being as strong as possible. That's the true direction you're going to want to go, especially you guys as you get into your 30s. In your 20s, you don't worry about this stuff like I never did. You live for tomorrow, basically. But in your 30s, I think you start to realize, like, man, time's going faster as I get older. I need to prioritize my health, and that's where it's like having the health by doing the cardiovascular exercise, keeping your weight in a relatively good standpoint, and all that's going to be important to balance out with the strength. I want to be strong as possible still. That never goes away. Like, I don't care if I'm 250 pounds or 200 pounds. I want to be as strong as possible. And right now I'm like 212, 213 pounds. That's where I'm hovering around at. I'm 6 feet tall. But I still want to be strong. So that never goes away. I mean, I'll show you guys here coming up. I'll show you some of my warm-ups up to essentially what I would say is my deadlift max now. And yesterday I pulled 623 pounds at 213, 212 pounds body weight. So just under 3 times body weight. And this I would say is a pretty good definite max. This was on the Rogue Ohio deadlift bar. It was tough. It was tough. And my back was flaring up a little on me. But this is a really good spot for me to be in. It's not 705 pounds like I was hitting in December. But I would almost take the 623 being as lean as I am at 213 pounds as opposed to the 705 at like 238 pounds. I just feel way better. And my hormones are way better. And I think some of that hormone rebound and my hormones being in such a better place now is due to having a lot lower body fat levels, and my body is just functioning a lot more efficiently with the cardiovascular exercise. So we cannot hate on cardio. I think it's important that everyone incorporates it to some degree, especially if you want to keep your weight in check from preventing things like sleep apnea. These things aren't necessarily bad. CPAPs, TRT, blood pressure medication, ARBs, none of that is necessarily bad. They can all be very good from a preventative standpoint as far as mitigating the chance of death. That's why, Derek, More Plates, More Dates, is always preaching about this stuff. He's very pro testosterone replacement therapy, very pro CPAP, very pro blood pressure medication, all that sort of stuff. But I think where we, lose the, how do they say it? Lose the forest through the trees? Is that what they say? Okay, I think it's something like that. How we lose the forest through the trees is we forget that we could just be doing a lot of cardiovascular exercise, keeping our body fat lower, keeping our weight in check, managing our diets to some extent. And I'm guilty as anyone. I like to eat some stuff every day. I've been over this, the 50-50 rule. But I think all this stuff could be implemented to where you might not need a CPAP at some point, or you might not need the blood pressure medication. Why not get this stuff under control through, lowering your body fat, lowering your body weight, doing cardiovascular exercise? This can all be a way to prevent you from even needing that. I don't want to have to use a CPAP, truthfully. I think it's a pain in the butt to travel with, to use. My wife would hate it. All these reasons, and I don't want to be snoring all the time. So I don't want to have to rely on it. I don't want to have to need it. And how do I do that? By getting lower body fat, to where my neck size isn't insane, to just doing cardiovascular exercise, keeping the stuff all in check, which is also going to affect the blood pressure. So these are things you can do without having to necessarily turn right away to the, to the CPAP, the blood pressure medication, TRT. But it can have its place. So really, I'm more neutral as far as all that stuff. I'm not like pro or anti. I'm not like dogging it. I want that to be clear. I think there's a lot of use for this stuff. And it's not to say I'll never do it. I think I'm done with steroids. I think I'm definitely done with steroids forever. But TRT, who knows? I'm 31 now. Maybe at 38, maybe at 40, I will also go down that road of doing that. So it's not a negative opinion, but it's keeping it real as far as that goes. Now, I do have to say, this journey's tough right now. It's a little tougher for me. I feel like I'm taking chances with my life. I'm taking chances to grow as a person. I'm pushing my comfort zone every day. Honestly, guys, I feel like a lot of days I'm pushing my comfort zone now, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. The stuff I'm doing is not what I thought I would have been doing a few years ago. And sometimes in life, you have to go for it. You have to take chances. I'm going for it. I'm basically at the point, I'm like, even with the channel, I'm going for it. I know that the view counts on my videos aren't crazy high or anything compared to a lot of guys. And I'm trying to find my niche and just put out what I feel like I want to put out. So it doesn't draw a ton of attention per se right now, but I'm just going to keep grinding. And I used to overthink every video. I was like, oh, I got to have the perfect idea for a video, or it's got to have the perfect editing. And I got to hire an editor to edit the videos and have cuts every 5 seconds and stuff like this. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put out what I want to put out. Keep it coming, keep it real, document my journey to the 140 half marathon and beyond, and whatever's past that. And there should be some crazy stuff after that. But the goal also strength-wise. So I do think at some point I'll be about 205 pounds and eventually possibly 200 pounds to where I might do a meet at 198. I'd like to maintain a 342 bench, 155 kilos, and I'd like to maintain a 600-pound deadlift, 227.5 kilos. Those would be really good numbers coupled with all the running and what I'm doing now. So that's kind of the direction I'm looking to go here. But I got to say, I just want to end the video here basically by saying the support has been tremendous. I've been, blown away by how positive and how everybody's had my back, even though this may not interest everybody, the road I'm going down. But I thank you for the blessings. Like, you guys have given me the opportunity to have a sponsorship like Barbell Apparel. Like, I'm not even advertising right now, but look at all this freaking clothes, like all that stuff coming in. It's a blessing, and I need to accept that. I need to take advantage of that. I need to live in the moment. Live in the moment more. Like when we got flown over to France 2 years in a row to do this like TNT deadlift challenge in Tonon-les-Bains, France, in the French Alps. I wish I had soaked that moment up more. Like the blessings of where powerlifting has taken me, I'm truly grateful for forever. I can never have that taken away from me. Powerlifting took me so many places, but I'm on a new journey now, a new journey of health, of strength, of longevity, and I want to document the whole thing, the transformation, while still being strong and looking the part. And I want to soak it up. I want to go down a new road here. So thank you guys for all the support as far as that goes. I really appreciate it. Keep watching the videos and comment, subscribe, all the things. Thank you guys.